Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Alladhi hadana li hadha wa ma kunna linahtadiya lawla an hadana Allah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursaleen. Shafi'i dhunubina wa tabibi nufusina. Wa habibi qulubina Abil Qasimi Muhammad. وآله الطيبين الطاهرين أما بعد فإنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. The pain that we feel through the story of Imam Hussein and the aftermath of the martyrdom of Imam Hussein is a pain that purifies the souls. It frees us of falsities and the love of this earth. And such is the nature of suffering. The fact that we pain at their story shows a deep connection that we have with our beloved Imam Hussein and the family of Imam Hussein. It is no less than a great, great mercy that Allah has given us Imam Hussein. And we need to hold on to the story of Imam Hussein and to the love of Imam Hussein very deep within us and not let it become forgotten. Suffering is a necessary part of life, and the best creatures of Allah have suffered to show us that the falsities of this life can only be removed through a great struggle. And once they are removed, we become free and we become eligible to meet with God. Sufferings result through attachments. Zainab had an attachment, such a great, profound attachment, that she would ask Hussein, "Where are your helpers?" I would turn to Zainab and say to her, "No matter how many helpers he calls, he will be taken away from you." She said to Hussein, "Have you tested the resolve of your companions? What difference does it make?" She taunts her children. "Do you want to live beyond your uncle Hussein?" This Zainab runs to the battlefield and runs back, and several times does this. "You know, Zainab, your brother will not live." She puts her hands upon her head, and she cries out, "Oh, if only the heavens would collapse upon the earth. If only the mountains would crumble. Is there no one who will save my Aba Abdullah?" This is her attachment for her Aba Abdullah. Yet she comes to the body of Aba Abdullah. It has no head. Its blood has given it a ceremonial washing. The blowing dust has given him the kafan. At that point she composes herself and she says, "Allahumma taqabbal minna hadha al-qurban." Oh Allah, accept this sacrifice from us. This is how God brings her of age. Allah is the friend of the believers. He purges them from darkness and brings them into light. This process of purging comes through great, great difficulty. Open this chest. Give it to the arrows. As Zuhair said, "Hussein, it is but one life. Giving it for you is the greatest honor." How wonderful were those men who used their chest as shields to defend their Hussein. Worry not of the tribulations that appear upon this earth. Worry not. They are gifts from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For what He takes away was not ours. What He wishes to bring out is the glorious beauty of His self. At the end of the road of suffering is the meeting with the beloved. Do you think a man who has lost his Abbas and Akbar, who looks towards his tents and knows what will happen to them after he goes? Do you think a man like that beneath the blade would break into a smile? Why did he smile? Why did he radiate so? For now was the meeting with the beloved. Such is the nature of suffering, and these are those who teach us. But I ask a question. How do we explain the suffering of those who have lost their Hussein and Abbas? Of those whom none would look towards, fearing their Abbas, now frightened within the tents, not knowing what has happened or what will happen to them. Zuljana circles Hussein, trying to ward off the blows. Unable to do so, Zuljana places his neck upon the face of Hussein until its mane begins to drip of the blood of Hussein, and then makes way towards the tent. The neighing of Zuljana fills the air. Zainab hears the neighing. Sakina, your father has come back. He may have brought some water. Let us receive him. They run out of the tent. Sakina looks upon Zuljana. Oh Zuljana, why has your saddle turned? Why have your reins been split? Why does your mane drip of my father's blood? Oh Zuljana, where have you left my father? Zuljana, inform me. Did they give him some water, or was he slaughtered upon the thirst? Hussein's body is plundered. His limbs are cut. The women are bewildered. There is a cry, Hussein has been killed. They retreat to the tents. The enemies make way towards the tent to plunder and loot. Such is the ferocity that 7 to 8 children are trampled beneath their feet and they die. Everything is being snatched. There is desperation. Zainab runs out. She is struck upon her back with the knot of a spear. She falls to the ground. Her veil is snatched. She regains consciousness and she sees ahead of her the daughter of Hussein. She goes to little Sakina. She takes little Sakina's head into her lap. Oh aunt, do you have a cloth whereby I may cover my head? Your aunt is as deprived as you are, O child. Let us go back and take news of your brother. It's the body of an outlaw, he says. Who shall volunteer to trample upon it? 2 people volunteer and they trample upon the body of Hussein. When they go to reclaim their reward, Ibn Ziyad, we crushed him so thoroughly. Had you placed your hand upon his chest, it would have seemed as soft as kneaded dough. Prepare them for captivity. Zainab, come out of the tents. We shall not come out. There is no Abbas to protect you on this day. You have no Hussein. Prepare for captivity. Hand us back our veils and then ask us to come out. You are no longer a princess, Zainab. You are now our captive, without a guardian. Never shall I come out, she says. Set them ablaze, comes the order. As a tent burns, they run into another tent. Finally, no tents are left. Hamid ibn Muslim says, the scene was such as if a tasbih had been broken and the beads were scattered. Women and children ran into the desert, stumbling upon bodies and rocks and stones. I saw their feet were wounded. Kulthum, let us gather the children. They find the children. They come upon two children who are in embrace of each other. Kulthum tries to awaken them, but sees that they have lost their lives through fear and thirst and maybe beneath the hooves of horses. They gather the women, and Zainab says, Kulthum, where is Hussein's Sakina? She looks towards Akbar. Has your sister come to you? Akbar is silent. She looks towards Alqamah. Abbas, has your Sakina come to you? Alqamah is silent. Bewildered and scared, Zainab runs in every direction to find the amanat of Hussein. She sees at a distance the Sakina upon the chest of a body. She goes there and slowly moves Sakina. O aunt, remove me not from the body of my father. But he has no head, how did you know he was your father? O aunt, when my garments caught fire, when shimmer slapped me, when my earrings were snatched, I called out, O father, why have you forsaken your Sakina on such a dreadful night? I ran in this direction and I felt my father and I slept on his chest. Zainab gathers the children and the women. Umar ibn Saad learned how the children had died due to thirst. He summoned the wife of Hur and sent water with her. As the wife of Hur approached, Zainab said, Kulthum, is that the wife of Hur? When she neared, Zainab said, great is our sorrow at the loss of your husband. May my husband be sacrificed upon you 1,000 times over. I come with some water. As she hears about the water, her eyes flood with tears. My brother died on a burning thirst. How may I drink of this water? Sakina, come, quench your thirst. Has my uncle come back from the Euphrates, O aunt? Drink, O child. She said, but why do you give me the water? Because you are the youngest. Then what about my brother Asghar? Zainab calms her as she asks them to sleep. The women complain and they say of their treatment that they received from the enemies and how they have been beaten. At that point, Zainab remembers what her father told her at his deathbed when she went to bid him farewell. He kissed her And he said, "Oh princess, you will come back to this town after I have gone, but these hands will be tied like the hands of a captive."